AFTV, Brentford 0, Arsenal 1. Laurie, it took a while, but we got there in the end.
It did. And have some of that, Have-Ertz.
You've been brewing, that's been brewing for a while, hasn't it?
Well, it first came to me during the watch-along. Bit cheesy, I know, but it kind of makes sense because, listen, I'm going to put it on the line. Those are people who have seen me on watch-alongs and on shows and various other formats. I have been quite critical of Kai Havertz, and I think it's fair enough. I've given him praise where I feel it's justified, but I've also been critical of him because, let's be honest, since he's come to the club, he's not quite lived up to the price tag.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say, right? But today, he won us a game, so I can't give him any more loftier praise than that. No. He did well while he was on as well. Yeah. It wasn't just a goal. So listen, man, it's his day today, and I'm very pleased for him. And it's interesting that you saw Mikel Arteta after the game. I don't know if you saw the way he was celebrating with Havertz. He looked even more happier than Havertz did, and I think that's quite instrumental.
I think it's because obviously, he's not been fantastic since coming to the club. I think Gunnar Lee said it, 19 appearances, 2 goals. It's not a fantastic return, but I feel like Arteta obviously persisting with him after all this time. I think that was his way of saying, I told you guys so. Yeah. Do you think that was the case? Yeah,
they were enjoying their moment, and why not? I mean, listen, what is it? We say 19 appearances?
19?
Yeah. 19.
He's played in every single game so far this season.
Yeah, that's right. He's been ever present. I mean, I know he was dropped today instantly, so maybe he'd be better as an impact player going forward. But yeah, 19 games, 1 goal and 1 assist prior to today. And even the goal he got was, let's face it, a bit of a gimme goal.
Yeah. A goal was a goal, though.
Yeah, it was. He took the penalty well, but you know what I'm saying, right? So for him to get the goal today, in a game where it looked like it could be ambling to a 0-0 and we would have walked away from there feeling that we'd dropped 2 points. That was big today. So I'm going to give him all the credit in the world for that. But I think it was you said earlier that we want to see more consistency from him. So yeah, great day. Well done today, but we want to see more of that going forward.
Absolutely. But what about your thoughts on the performance as a whole? It wasn't classic Arsenal to say the least, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the performance wasn't great. I do think we were the better team and deserved the 3 points. I've got to say that. And I'm sure the stats will bear that out. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I'm sure the stats will show that we were the superior side. However, we did lack a bit of cutting edge today. Yeah. A couple of the players weren't quite at it. Jesus didn't look quite at it. Odegaard didn't. And there was a few others. I'm not going to go throughout the team.
What do you think that could be down to? Because obviously we've used this word a lot, fluidity. And you look at the players that were in the squad today. People would argue that's probably the most fluidity that we're going to have in a starting 11. So what do you think that comes down to?
I think the team is still evolving from last season, to be honest with you. I think if you look at the defensive part of the game, we seem to be on point. Yeah. I've said we've got the 2 best centre-backs in the Premier League, and I think defensively look very solid, very robust, very resilient. Midfield is okay, but going forward, we're not quite at it. We're getting a lot of the ball. We're creating chances, but we're not quite finishing. It looks a bit scratchy sometimes. But hey, listen, as long as you're winning, that's the main thing. And we won today, and you move forward.
No, absolutely. Obviously, there's a few positives, a few negatives today. We'll start with potentially a negative. You said it to me, Aaron Ramsdale. I mean, I was pretty much, to be fair, I did say that people need to get off his back. But you've got to admit, they were questionable mistakes, to say the least.
You know what? I feel a bit sorry for Aaron Ramsdale. Because if you look at it like, if you look at it like long term, right, you think to yourself, right, we've got 2 quality keepers. So that should mean that we're in a good place as far as keepers concerned. But actually, if you see the way it's played out, it's actually played out that neither keeper, in my view, feel totally comfortable. Yeah. So whenever they in goal, whoever's getting the gig, it's probably on their mind that if I make a mistake, it's going to get highlighted to death. And that kind of creates a bit of pressure in itself. So I do feel a bit sorry for Ramsdale. He came in today and the old eyes of the world are on him. And he made a couple of unforced errors that didn't look good on his part. But fair play to him. In the second half, he recovered his concentration, kept a clean sheet. And so I'm hoping that going forward, he will get more games. However, it is starting to look that Raya is the manager's long-term number 1.
Of course. Just to round things off as well, I think there's 2 clear candidates for me. But who would you give your man of the match to?
Well, you could definitely make a case for Have-Ertz, because in a game like this, where goals are extremely hard to come by, him coming up with a goal in the 89th minute, you could make a case for saying he should get the man of the match. However, I'm going to say Declan Rice because I thought his performance throughout the 90 minutes was stellar. Not for the first time this season. In fact, I was saying to somebody, he might have more man of the matches than anyone else in the Arsenal team this season. So yeah, I'll definitely go for Declan Rice. But I can understand why some people might go for Have-Ertz because he was dropped from the team today. Let's be honest, he was dropped. He came on, he made an immediate impact. He was getting about the pitch. He was, making his presence felt. And a game that seemed to be ambling towards a draw, he's come up with the winner, and that's meant that we've gone top of the table. So you can't really overlook that either. But on balance, I'll go Declan Rice.